family hand your sibling that made you quit on the spot? For 14 years, I turned my mom's failing corner bakery into the most talked about shop in our city. I dropped out of culinary school when dad's medical bills hit, worked doubles, developed every recipe on our menu, and built the wholesale accounts that kept us alive through 3 recessions. 6 years ago, my younger brother Wade came on after 2 failed startups and a stint finding himself out west. While I opened at 4 a.m., 6 days a week, Wade rolled in at 10, spent an hour on his phone, and called it managing the vibe. Customers loved his face. They came back for my bread. Mom's answer was always the same. Wade connects with people. Or, you've always been the quiet, hardworking one. The favoritism wasn't subtle. My honey rye won Best of State 2 years running. Wade accepted the award both times, in a suit, on a stage, while I was behind the ovens. I built our wholesale program from 1 cafe to 22 restaurants and a boutique hotel group. When I pitched a second location, Mom called it reckless. 8 months later, Wade repeated my exact plan and she cried at how visionary he'd become. Wade made $18,000 more than me for showing up half as often. I still lived in the studio above the shop. Ownership was always someday or once things stabilize. Someday never came. Then Wade got engaged and Mom threw a party at the shop. The whole neighborhood came. I'd baked for it for 2 days. Mid-toast, Mom pulled a folder from behind the counter and pressed it into Wade's hands. For a second, I thought it was the ownership papers I'd earned. She'd made him the owner. Full deed. The bakery, the recipes, the name, all Wade's as an engagement gift. So you two can build your future, she announced. The room clapped. Wade's fiancé cried, Mom, those are my recipes, my accounts. I said quietly. The shop needs a face people trust, she replied, not meeting my eyes. You're happiest in the back anyway. That night, wiping flour off an apron I'd worn for a decade, something in me went cold and quiet. It wasn't about the deed. It was 14 years of being the engine while my brother got handed the wheel for existing. I called Rosa at Marigold, the upscale bakery across town that had tried to poach me twice. Name your terms, she said. I've wanted you since I tasted that honey rye. My loyalty had just been the leash. Marigold needed someone to launch a wholesale division, the exact thing I'd been denied credit for. I spent a week quietly backing everything up, then left a 2-week notice on Mom's desk. You'll come around, she said. Family sticks together. Don't be dramatic. She never asked what Rosa offered. Full department, a 20% ownership stake, and double my salary. Wade caught me by the walk-in on my last day, the smirk finally gone. You can't actually leave. Who runs the hotel account? The morning bake? I don't even know the honey rye ratio. You'll figure it out, I said. You've got the deed. Rosa introduced me to her staff as the best baker in the state. When I proposed rebuilding her wholesale pipeline, she handed me the budget that afternoon. The fall came fast. Their rating slid from 4.9 to 3.4 in 6 weeks. The honey rye Wade tried to reproduce came out flat and dense, and regulars posted photos side by side. One by one, my wholesale accounts followed me to Marigold. Then Wade missed a standing delivery, and the boutique hotel group, our single biggest account, canceled. $240,000 a year, gone overnight. 2 of my old bakers quit the same week. Hector texted me later. Wade had broken down in the office, kept saying, Sam made this look so easy. I never learned any of it. 4 months later, Mom called. Her voice was thin and shaking. We met at a diner near the old shop. She looked older, smaller. Wade wouldn't lift his eyes from the table. We're 3 weeks from closing, she said. The bank pulled the line. We let everyone go but 2. And the deed? I asked. Signed back to me. It's worthless now. She slid a folder across the vinyl. Co-ownership. 50%. Head of everything. Full creative control. I was wrong. I leaned on you and called it love. Please, come save it. The version of me that would have grabbed that pen died at the engagement party. I'm not doing this to hurt you, I said, but I finally know what I'm worth. I spent 14 years trying to earn what you should have just given me. A name on the door. A thank you. Wade looked up, eyes wet. I always thought Mom trusted me more. I get it now. She didn't trust me. She used you. I stood and reached for my coat. You didn't lose a baker. You lost the whole reason there was ever a line out the door. I left the folder on the table.